Inaction of the regional council, I think, is pretty inexcusable when you've got continuing declining freshwater quality and with a river such as this.
They're under obligation to take a precautionary approach?
Definitely, under the Resource Management Act, it's all about a precautionary approach. It's all about nothing's allowed. You can't do anything that will degrade a freshwater resource. You can't put contaminants in it, whether it's directly or indirectly. You're not supposed to mechanically disturb the bed of the river. Nothing's allowed under the Resource Management Act. Everything is not allowed, and it's only allowed if it says that if it specifically says in a regional plan that you can do something. We should be providing stock water in their paddocks, and we should be excluding stock from accessing water and establishing some sort of riparian margin along the water bodies. And I think we would see significant improvements in water quality and ecosystem functioning by just undertaking a fairly simple management program, which I think should just be standard in New Zealand. I don't understand why stock continue to be allowed access to our water resources when the science shows us that it causes significant degradation. And the farmers that are opposed to regulation and that want to continue to farm traditionally like their fathers farmed, or the big corporate farmers, they tend to be the outspoken representatives of that farming community, and not the actual ones that are really progressive. They tend to sit down and be quiet, and then we see the politically minded or strong outspoken spokesmen get out there and actually drive farming or drive where farming's going in New Zealand. A lot of the arguments that I hear coming from farmers is that there's not a clear signal from science. You know, our practices are not causing a detriment to the freshwater resources. Well, we know that their practices are causing degradation to freshwater resources. NIWA is saying that non-point source pollution is the biggest contributor to the degradation of our freshwater resources in New Zealand. You can give it another 50 years or 100 years to start to see improvements or start to see people accept that there's an issue and start to make change. But by then, I mean, we're already losing most of our native fish species are on the endangered list. You know, we're losing our long-finned eels. I don't know if our resources have that amount of time or that amount of resilience built in them to sustain any sort of ecosystem during that process or during that time until we start to see improvements.